Hello everyone, this is Peekaboo, who's now a worm bin again. I want to take a look and just see how many worms I've got and decide how much to feed them. So let's just take a look. Okay, I pulled everything out. I was going to get rid of this old bait cup, but you know, it has started to deteriorate. So I think the bait cup's now going to be part of this bin and they're going to have to eat it up. But there were worms crawling in this area, so let's just turn this over and just get a sense of how many worms are in Peekaboo. It's going to be a little bit hard to see because the bedding is mostly shredded cardboard, but I can see a good gathering of worms still here. I can see lots of movement. Lots of worms. I know I pulled hundreds upon hundreds of worms out of, and cocoons, still cocoons. I pulled hundreds and hundreds of worms out of the leaf mold only bedding bin, probably about 600 or 800, and there's more in there. I'm gonna have to pull more worms out of the bedding, the leaf mold bedding. And so, yeah, Peekaboo, that's just half the bin and quite a few worms, good moisture levels, which indicates to me that they've got castings building up, crunchy cardboard on this side of the bin, so it's a bit drier. Maybe I probably emptied the big cups out. More cocoons. They're bright yellow. I believe they would have been laid in this bin and not imported in. The worms in here must be breeding. So there is dry cardboard, if you can see. Okay, so this is Peekaboo, doing really well. So for today, I'm going to give some more shredded cardboard / office paper mix. So that's a good lot of cardboard. Maybe I'll give one more handful. Even though this bin is not super moist, I can always deal with moisture, and I'll just use this to use up this paper. So now the feeding. I've got my regular food scraps here. They're not totally pulverized, but they're liquidy enough. No pumpkin this time around. So like I said, I do think there's a healthy population in here, so I'll put that much in. That's probably enough. It'll also be enough to dampen down the paper somewhat. There's an onion skin that didn't get pulverized. I put the eggshell, powdered eggshell into the food the last few times I pulverized in the food processor, and so that mixes it in so there's no powder problem. And then just because I feel a bit sorry for all that paper going in, I've got a Starbucks cup full of my mostly processed leaf mold for this bin. So I'm not totally mean. Giving all this paper to process. I'm giving a little bit of the leaf mold as well. And then I'm just going to turn some of this old material on top to cover up this zone entirely. Okay, so that is Peekaboo back in operation. And the worms seem to be doing well and multiplying, which is nice to see. All right, everyone, take care.